god, the overlay is naked. Oh no, the overlay. Oh, no one saw anything. No. no one saw our nakedness. We are okay. Shh. No one saw anything. We're not gonna be reported to Twitch. No, we weren't naked. No, get that out of chat. No, we were not naked. No one saw anything. Whatever you think you saw, you only imagined. Just letting y'all know. You only imagined seeing things. Oh my god. Also, why are our mouths not showing up? Oh no. Did I mess with the code? Oh no. You know, I hope you're all having a really great day. Because, you know what? We're about to have one of the most interesting sessions I think we've ever had. Because we are, like, a few minutes in, and I am already... I am already wondering what in the world I have done. Hello everyone, my name is PsycheSiren. Welcome to our Thursday D&D campaign. We are the No Mouth crew, where we don't have mouths, we don't need them. Oh no, your husband is watching. Oh no, of all the episodes to watch. Oh my stars, usually we have talking animated characters, but our mouths aren't showing up even though we're in Discord. So we're gonna see how this goes. But first, before I talk to my lovely party and they tell me what I have done wrong to our code. Hello to Nighty, Menace, Dark, Gray, Mitchie, we're not naked. We're fine. Everything's fine. Hey, High Beam, hey, Archangel. No concern, no, shh. Only happy thoughts. Hey, Nikki, we're not naked, we're fine. Oh, so he's used to this. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank goodness. All right, let's go ahead and... Oh, it's because those toots aren't in the right voice channel. It's not me, it's them. Y'all, you gotta be in D&D chat.
What?
You're in general.
No, we're in general.
Oh.
Oh, I feel so much better now. I thought it was me.
So we are the dumb ones.
Y'all are the dumb ones. I'm the smart one today.
Oh no, that's a terrifying energy.
After what's happened today.
I've never... This is such a bizarre feeling.
I took like one of those super deep naps after work and I still don't feel
Psyche?
awake.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we were naked, so that might have thrown us off a little bit.
No, the overlay wasn't naked. No.
No, I'm pretty sure it was.
No, y'all didn't see anything. The overlay was not naked. They did not see our bits.
You know that thing I worked like 11 hours on to make for you?
Uh-huh.
And you just go and forget about it?
I didn't forget.
Can't believe it, all that
forgot.
hard work.
No, listen.
Either you forgot and it was accidental or you ignored it and it was...
So anyway, maybe we should go ahead and introduce ourselves. You know, get this show off the road.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Mark of a God. Dragons, or not, Phoenix Squadron. Chapter 3. It rains o'er empty court of night. Episode 4. And the void was white, part 3. I'm starting to think there's probably going to be and the Void was White Part 4. But
White Part
anyway,
4, the revenge.
yeah, the reckoning. So same deal as always. Introduce yourself, and we'll with the same old things that we normally do, and we will start with this time Night Owl going down to Michi and skipping Psyche until the last.
Oh boy, I'm not used to going first. Well, hello, my name's NightOwl35. I'm a trans variety streamer here on Twitch, twitch.tv/NightOwl35. Do a lot of variety, art, game design. Lately it's all Sea of Thieves for the most part, it's fine. But I play Copine, a half-elf ranger, who we don't know a whole lot about other than this group met her in the Fae and kinda dragged her along. She lied through a statue and she's now Mew's plaything. And that's pretty much it so far.
Very good. Next we have Grey Gnarl.
Hi, I'm Grey Gnarl. I'm just a dude who really likes D&D, and I try to be funny. I'm not sure how that's working out, but you can find me lurking around the community in Psyche streams. I'm also trying to get my own channel up and running, but that's slow going because I'm scared of everything. I play Cultist Blisher. He is a general in the country that sent us on our quest. He is the current leader of the Phoenix Squadron, avid book reader, our big fighter tank man who goes down pretty much every fight because he's absorbing all the damage. And yeah, that's about it.
All this does lead in two key statistical categories. He is the team leader in one-liners and downs. So
Yeah,
we'll see if he can keep up his. We'll see if he can keep up his.
gotta keep up my streak.
Keep up his. Keep
know-
this. Points up.
We could think of this in a more positive manner, as in he's escaped death the most,
Also a third thing that he has the most in, he has the most points healed on him.
Yeah,
He's received the most healing, probably.
Oh, and I don't know if this I don't know if the D&D rulebook counts this as his major statistical category, but he is canonically the person who has had the most sex during the party.
Yet.
So
Yet.
True.
For now.
I don't know. I think in the context of D&D, because of how horny of a game it winds up being, I think that would probably be a major statistical category.
I mean, it depends on how many bards are in the party.
Yes.
Stares at Mew.
There's one, but she's
We just
not
have to get Colette to Lucius, or whatever his name
No!
is.
I mean, hey, that's tonight. Tonight's episode, Colette
no,
goes on
no.
a date.
She is going on a date. I still have to figure out how I'm gonna roleplay that.
Well, me too, because I have been working on so many other things. So
Isn't that
we'll
just
see
the
how it
life of
goes.
D&D? Like, you plan a really cool high fantasy world, and then all your characters want to do is, like, be gremlins.
Be gremlins and date.
Yeah! Date gremlins! Who's next? I can't.
Mitchie, it's your turn.
Mitchie, help!
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, I am Lady Michi. I am a streamer and that threw me off.
What?
I am a Nothing. It's okay if it didn't get picked up by the mic. It's fine.
Oh no.
And I play a variety of games, except for sports because I struggle. I am Mew, cat girl extraordinaire, our little bard of glitter.
And
Okay.
today was her first return stream back.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
She's been recovering, so we're very excited to have her feeling better.
Yeah, it's nice to be functioning.
What's that like?
I mean, when you've been as broken as I've been, even just a little, like even just having like this minor pain that like wants to murder you, and you know, just being able to walk around and use the bathroom on your own, is functioning. But bottom line, Hellgate loves me a lot.
Aww. Also, I would
Hellgate.
like stream to ignore the fact that I'm giving Corbin a mouth.
What? He's not here.
I know, but it's
Oh,
bothering
no.
me. Don't look. Don't look.
That mouth is worse.
No. If you don't show up, you don't get a mouth. That's the whole thing.
I don't know if I
you
like
can't
this
just
rule anymore.
You
That's
can't
the
just give
bit.
it to him.
It's the bit. You gotta do
It's the bit.
but are we?
Yes,
Are
we do
you going
like
to
that.
give me more work to fix all
No,
these
no.
things?
I can do this my own weird way. Wait.
Uh-huh.
It's just gonna be open the whole time.
He's
It's
just
like
screaming in
slow
pain
motion.
because
This
he's in
is
the void.
worse. Why couldn't you find a smirking mouth or something?
I don't think I have the file.
Just give him a mustache. Give him a Movember mustache.
Yeah, that's appropriate. You need to have a mustache somewhere.
Yeah, just give him a Movember
I
mustache.
just got rid of it. It was a bad idea. Sorry, I can't.
It's just screaming.
Give Corbin a mustache. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Okay, let me find a mustache. Hold on.
Give him a Movember mustache.
Okay.
Smash cut to Corbin in the basement screaming the
Oh my,
entire episode.
oh my god.
Honestly, it looks more normal with Corbin not having a mouth
I'm just-
than
Mhm.
having that like backup mouth.
Horrible, awful, open mouth.
I'm sorry. We'll just keep it as it usually is. I don't know why I thought to change things up. Whose turn is it now?
Yours.
We're missing people.
Oh.
And like technically Luya doesn't have a mouth either. He just has a beard.
Yeah, he has a beard and mustache that perfectly cover his mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
South, what should I do?
Turn off a certain thing.
I don't know what you're asking. You could DM me. Oh, I guess it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh god. Hello, my name is PsycheSiren. You've already found me. Good job.
So proud.
So proud of all of you. Did you just shout me out on my own channel?
I don't want to let you feel excluded.
Oh my god.
Just in case anyone feels lost.
Yeah.
Maybe they're bad with directions. I don't know.
So first off, I'm assuming you found me. Good job. Very proud. If not, there's the shout out. That'll direct you straight back to here. I play the disaster cleric tiefling Colette. Who I feel like I'm really getting into character today specifically. Really feeling that manic nervousness and desire to murder instead of heal. She's a lot of fun to play. She has her first ever date today, so we'll see how that goes.
Is there a date ever?
Yeah, she's never been on a date.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I
she homeschooled
know.
at the temple.
She was an urchin on the streets after she ran away from home, you know. She's been in the temple.
Urchins date other urchins?
Do they?
I mean, it depends on how early.
Do
she
we
was
have
born.
any urchins in chat?
Please, for the love of God, said don't ask people if we have urchins in the chat.
I am not an urchin, but I have wrote several stories in which urchins are involved. And I can confirm that in most scenarios, urchins can date other urchins, and by the off chance, maybe even impress the eye of a noble or even royalty.
Thank you. That was Mitchie, our local orphan correspondent, urchin correspondent.
Same difference most of the time. I mean,
What is with our energy tonight? Where is this all gonna go?
I don't know, we've been
Good
talking about me
places.
being bottled up for a while, so like
Oh no!
as my energy and stuff starts coming back, it's like everything that I wasn't like the level of like cursed Mew
no.
that I haven't been able to be is
Oh,
like
no.
just
I just got chills, like literal,
Oh, but-
actual chills.
Unleash the
Just like-
Kraken.
Think of how today has gone so far. Like,
Tomorrow is a
Yeah.
full moon. I mean, this...
Oh man, I need that full moon. I need that moon energy.
Do Tabaxi howl at the moon? Is this a normal thing for your kind?
I mean
what?
She's a tiefling, not a Tabaxi. She doesn't know their customs.
They're like custom. Wolves don't howl at the moon either.
yeah.
You don't know that.
I do know that. They just howl at night, so people think they're howling at the moon.
Well, look.
Because people are stupid, and they attribute that sort of stuff to the moon's making them howl.
Anyway.
People have had odd infatuation with the moon for as long as people have been people, because the moon is a big floating space rock.
That's true. That's true. I would like. I agree with you.
I love the moon. I think the moon's cool as hell. I love all the fiction around the moon.
Wow.
But like,
Way to suck up to
space
the
rock.
moon. Do you want it to be your
Yeah.
girlfriend too?
Well, the moon is a goddess, so.
I'm just saying, why does Caldus get to date the heavenly celestial beings and Colette's going out with a Forever 21 employee?
Again,
Well-
she's not a goddess or even really a celestial. It's just-
Yeah.
well, let's put it this way. He didn't try to.
It's true.
It just kind of happened. Compared to Colette, who's
She's
very persistent.
she's not.
Actively pining after a god, a literal recognized deity.
Listen, you should just go ahead and do the intro because I cannot.
Okay, there's not really an intro for tonight because not really a whole lot's happened the last couple of
That's
episodes.
true. We could do a little intro.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it? It's very easy for this
No.
one. Oh, fine. All right.
If you want an intro, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, basically 2 episodes ago they came into town and they started buying stuff for their house. This last episode, well, I guess Caldus probably has taken some notes. So-
yeah, we amongst doing some shopping, we ran into the smithy shop ran by a gentleman named Redmayne. We asked a bit about the etherite in the city or in the surrounding forest. It's kind of a up and coming market. 2 people have really taken the monopoly of it right now. There's the Steel Boot Company, and then another mysterious figure whose name we did not catch. They're in the Magician's Wind Magic Shop. Definitely not a fart joke. It was run by a woman with her son currently manning the shop. His name of Kyrell. Colette made a connection with him and set up a date for later. We bought a few magical items. Luya dipped out to the bar to gather some information. Kofi headed off to the post office, deliver a package for Mew, and then her own mysterious package of 200 gold to some individual. But That was about last week. Just a good old-fashioned cool-off shopping episode.
Okay. That's a pretty good summary. Not really a whole lot to intro here because I'm not really sure how far we'll get with the story. So, with that regard, there's not like I don't have like an intro per se.
To the raiders just coming in, hello. My name is PsycheSiren. This is our Thursday D&D campaign. And as our DM Teeth Whitener just said, this is going to probably be another roleplay heavy session as we are shopping and finally in a town. So this is going to be, I think, a lot of fun. Bit cursed potentially, but I'm very excited. My character has her first date ever today. So, buckle up.
Let me say for the record, this will be the last of these. Like, it will be the very last.
For quite some time.
Maybe forever. I'm getting cabin fever. Anyway. So you are mostly in the I think you're all mostly in the 3 acts, which is the inn, I believe. A few of you might be elsewhere. And yeah, that's pretty much where most of you are. I think Luya got there first and he was chatting it up with the bartender. I don't know what the rest of you guys are doing right now.
Mio was harassing Luya.
Right. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, so I think they're now like off at a table drinking together.
And then I figure Caldus would walk in at some point, find them. Oh, you. It's good to see. How is everything up at the house? Are things going well?
Yes. And she's like, sips on the drink and just kind of stares at him.
Good. Well, I've been doing a little bit of shopping, and I got this for you. As he goes into his bag, pulls out the like belt pouch, the magical spice belt pouch. This I picked up from the magic shop. It is a magical receptacle of spices. You can reach into each of the pouches and pull out whatever thing you may desire to season your food with. I figured it would be a good gift for you as our head chef.
Aw, thank you. And she like puts her drink down and accepts it with both hands and puts it away and picks up her drink. Just keeps staring at him, slowly sipping her drink.
Is everything okay?
She just nods.
I have a
Alrighty then.
question.
Mhm.
Would Colette be with y'all at this point? Cause we're at the 3 acts, I think, right?
Yeah, so if you want to like come in and we can enter into the conversation about what you're going to be doing for your date tonight.
Okay, I just want to make sure that Colette was actively there.
Or this could be like late afternoon probably, and like getting ready for the evening.
Yes, Mew, it's an absolutely wonderful thing Coldus found. I don't know what some of the spices are, but I'm certain you'll find out what they do eventually.
It's just a matter of taste testing, but don't worry. If anything's too spicy, I'll make sure to give you extra.
And then she winks.
Oh, that reminds me. I was trying some of them. I found one that tasted very similar to the cooking that the Gator folk made for us. I think that would be perfect for you.
Did you? Mew, you don't have to use it. You don't have to use their similar cooking techniques, you know.
Is Kophine with them?
She probably would have ended up coming in later after them. Because she was off on her own.
Is she there now or not yet?
I'd probably say not yet.
Okay. Mew's just gonna kind of like look between them.
So, what brings you two here?
Mew, I may have done something.
Did you set something on fire?
No, not this time. So there was this person working at the store, and well, you know how I can get sometimes if someone strikes my fancy. So he was there, and we got to talking about our great Lord and Savior Lucius, and he said he wanted to learn more about Lucius, and I kind of agreed to have dinner here soon.
Mew like casts prestidigitation to like enhance the amount of sparkles around her, essentially.
Oh God! Oh, Mew, what are you doing?
Because she's like excited, she's like eyes wide, like when a cat's like just like fixated on something, and she's just like,
Oh, and where are you meeting?
I think we were going to eat here, actually, for dinner. It seems the nicest tavern in town. Yes.
You know, I think it's gonna go swell.
and she like leans over, whispers a little bit.
Just don't tell him that story about how you met him, because not everyone's gonna believe that.
How I met Lucius. Oh, yes. I would sound,
They might think you're cuckoo for something puffs.
Now that is a story I'd like to hear. I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, about how I met Lucius?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, it was actually, after we helped the great city. I was called into the temple by our great lady, the high priestess, and I got to meet him. It was, well, it's not every day you meet your god, you know. But I believe that was around the same time the church gave us this house.
And I'm not very well kept up on his general temperament. What kind of a character is Lucius?
This is the best day of Colette's life. I'm just letting all of you know.
It is at this point, Coldus like holds his finger up for a moment. I'm gonna go get some drinks. As he runs off. He runs off to the counter, picks up just something, and then brings one back for Colette, one for him, a fill up for Mew and Luya, and sits down. All right, regale us.
Mew kind of like leans over to Colette and says,
Well, you were bound to have him believe you, because, I mean, like, he's dating one.
Oh, that's right. I suppose he is. I didn't think that you could date beings that were otherworldly.
Does that mean you're not going on your date?
what would my date have to do with Lucy? I don't think he can see, right? Can God see if you're dating someone?
Is he blind?
No, I don't think he's blind. It's just, would he care? Oh, why would he care? Oh, goodness. But anyway, so these are the principles of Lucius. Caldus. And she starts rattling off all about her Lord and Savior, hot boy. Start saying the tenets.
Please tell me it's B-O-I, right? Hot boy.
Oh, it is. It is B-O-I. And she talks about how oh, he absolutely loves the most beautiful things and such delicate things in the world there are, but also war. And then she talks about, because he's a beauty and war god. She talks about victory on the battlefield. So it very much flip-flops between oh yes, so even those flowers bring glory to Lucius, and does that blood? And she just, it's a very interesting conversation to be heard.
Oh, this is all for it. He's been in his fair share of battle, as you know, and the whole not bloodlust, but like joy in combat. It's like, yes, I can respect that. I might have to pick up a copy of the scripture whenever I get the chance.
Oh yes, I think I have something in my handbook, in my bag. Oh goodness, what are words? Hold on, 1 second. And she reaches in, and she accidentally pulls out a copy, a very worn and weathered copy of Between Two Worlds, and she turns bright purple, says, "Oh, that's not it," puts it back in, and then pulls out like a little pamphlet about their beliefs and hands it to Cultus.
He takes the pamphlet with a smirk, takes a sip of his drink. Very informative. I'll be sure to read through this when I get the chance.
Yes, most definitely. Now, Teeth, I've already forgotten this guy's name. What's his name?
Kyrell.
Kyrell.
Definitely not Kyle. Made to sound fantasy.
I'm trying very hard not to call him Kyle.
Do not call him Kyle.
It's
That's not his name, and you'll lose points on the dating sim element of
Are
this
you
game.
writing down points?
No,
Is there a system?
it was a joke.
Yeah, you just have to seduce your husband again.
What? I've never done that. He came on to me. Gosh dang it.
I've done that at least once.
Anyway, I'm going to have Colette just turn to Mew, exasperated, very high energy, hair everywhere. Mew, I've never been on a date before. Kyrell is one of the few people who wanted to talk about Lucius, and now I've agreed to go to dinner. Is it even a date? I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Mew looks at Colette with a serious look.
Do you want to sleep with him or no?
I like to imagine Colette's drinking when that happens, and then it just she spits it out.
That is a good question. Are you looking to establish a relationship, or are you just looking to have a good night?
No, not a good night. I mean, I hope to have a pleasant night, but not a good night.
Okay, so you don't want to do the boink-a-doink over and the hoink-yoink. I just have to clarify, because the level of forward that you need to be is dependent on whether or not you want to do the dirty and the,
I'd heard things about Vods, but Mew.
Yes?
Nothing. It's not my place to. Oh goodness. I guess I would just like to see where it goes, if anywhere. But no, I do not wish to get between his two worlds, if you know what I mean. Sorry, joke in the fandom. I am not ready for that level of connection.
I'm sorry. The actor for Mew needs a moment after that joke.
that That would imply some an interesting activity. Which
I have so much serotonin from getting Mitchie to break character.
It's like I just my eyes widen and it's like that like wait what kind of moment like hold on.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be out of character for Colette because of how gung ho she is. I guess she'd be a little dominant.
Right. Well.
Does Kofi join us? Have we been talking long enough?
Kofi here yet?
Well, let's find out.
I'd say
Pretty
she's probably
simple,
walking.
pretty simple mathematical calculation.
Yeah, so after Colette says that, Mew is going to look past her and see Kofi enter and be like,
Kofi!
and just because she's a little tipsy, so coffee didn't come out quite right, and just prance over. And like she gives Kofi a hug, whether she likes it or not, and like rubs her cheek against her cheek, so it's like, and then grabs her by the hand and pulls her over to the table.
Oh God, you've been drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking to Colette because she's gonna have we're not sure if it's a date yet because it's technically a date, but at the same time we're not sure because it's not like as if they asked her on a date outright and she doesn't want to do the boink-a-doink and the hoink-a-hoink and the, you know, and so we're just clarifying and getting her ready.
Right. Got it. Have you apologized to this man first?
you're so funny, coffee cake. I was wondering where you'd been off to. You said you had to go mail something.
Oh, did you deliver it?
Yeah, I had to deliver a package from you, and, you know, along the way, got one of my own delivered.
You had a package delivered?
Yeah, that's uncommon?
Well,
Wait.
no.
Aren't you from the Fae?
Exactly.
Or were you just passing through the Fae?
More so passing through, but it's not where I was born, no.
Now, did you get there? Well, how? Okay, here's a question. How did you get into the Fae? Because we had to have Agatha bleed onto an object and throw it into a magical fountain. How did you get in there?
Lucky Doodle, did you make someone bleed?
Oh, it's not that big of a deal making someone bleed.
I do it all the time.
It's less a worry of how I got in there. It's, you know, what happened happened. Got in, met you all, and got out. And now I'm stuck with you all, apparently.
But
Mew gives a big smile when you say that.
Apparently, quite a few years have passed since I went in there, though, so... Slight bit of concern.
I wonder, does time occur differently in the Fae?
well, we were only in there for a few hours, and
Yeah, but it's already winter time. We didn't go in when it was winter time.
yeah, so it's
If-
at
if
least
you'll-
been a month or two.
Yes, if you'll remember, you asked me what year it was.
That's true. Well,
So, assuming you all didn't lie, quite a while has passed since I first entered there. And, well, there were some, concerning matters that needed to be attended to.
What kind of matters? Were you in trouble before you went in?
Not so much me, but, let's just say
You're worried
When I
about
was
your family?
Kinda. My mother, she, kinda fell on hard times when I was younger. Let's just say an incident happened. So, every so often I send her some money to, make sure she is taken care of.
Mew's tearing up because that's the most beautiful story she's heard today.
It has nothing to do with the fact that she's also getting sloshed.
She's very chipsy right now and trying to distract herself so she doesn't bother Luia about the picture she saw.
Oh.
Now, if at any point you, Kofi, and if you hear something and need our assistance, I'm sure, gesturing to the table, we'd all be glad to help you in any way we can.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Nonsense. You're part of the team, you're part of the family, so to say, and if
Listen.
family needs help, family needs help.
Oh.
Mew puts her
oh,
finger to Caldis's lips.
Listen.
Oh.
Mm.
Sometimes people have to keep secret because of their own families' preferences or something personal safety or stuff like that.
I, for one, greatly dislike secrecy. However, I don't know if this is secrecy anymore. Rather sounds like boundaries, and for that, I can respect it. Although
All I'll say is, if you all were to join me there, some not good things might happen.
Oh, good thing we're used to only good things, right? Not like we've been in a war or
I mean,
anything.
someone has a date after all, so I mean...
That is a good thing.
Oh,
Mew
don't
leans over to
remind me.
Kofi and is like,
Is one of the bad things something bad happening to my hair?
Yes, your hair will be set on fire.
Oh no!
Oh god, she's crying. Look what you've done. Mew, she's joking. Mew.
Mew's gonna look at Colette and be like, with serious eyes now.
Your hair could be set on fire too.
Some would say that's an improvement.
Oh, what a lovely companion we have now. Yes.
So the night goes on for a while, and you all chit chat and have a good time. I guess at some point, Colette's date walks through the door. And he sees her, and I guess Colette would probably, although not certainly, excuse herself from the group.
Excuse me, everyone. Caldis, I need that pamphlet. Caldis, do you have the pamphlet I gave you?
As he's like rifling through his the many pockets of his jacket. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Wait, you only have one of these?
What? Listen! The potatoes took up so much room. I didn't have a lot of space. Jacques and his potatoes. Anyway, wish me luck. Mew, how do I look?
Mew uses prestidigitation to fix any flaws.
Oh, that's gonna be a lot of prestidigitation.
You little...
Someone had to say it. Someone had to make that joke.
So essentially, she just makes sure Colette smells really nice and then uses her own hands to kind of like fluff up her hair so her hair is not like lifeless. And then Mew turns her around, banks her on the butt, and says,
Go get him, Tiger.
Oh, my buttocks. Oh, your handprint. Mew, there's a sparkle handprint on my butt. Mew, get rid of it.
Mew panics and just makes Colette sparkle like a natural sparkle
Oh,
all over. It's kind of like one of those moments in like movies where when someone like really attractive walks into the room and everyone looks at them and it's like kind of sparkly-ish. That's the situation until Mew collects herself and fixes it.
The shoujo vision,
Yes.
like with the flower petals around the.
Yes, very much
trees.
so.
Oh, this is mortifying. Colette goes over to talk with Kyrell.
Oh, good evening, Colette. Glad to see you kept your date with me.
Yes, of course. Internally, Colette is thinking, oh my goodness, he called it a date. He actually called it. Oh, this is what this is. Okay. It's just, racing through her mind. Also, I'm very glad no one in our party has any ability to read thoughts or any spells. But yes, of course, I absolutely am delighted to. And she goes ahead and takes a seat down at the table with Kyrell.
So, I believe you wanted to tell me a bit about the god that you worship so fervently. And I admit that I have a small knowledge of him, but I'm not terribly wise in his ways.
Oh, yes, I actually, she, like a total dork, she pulls out the pamphlet, instead of just talking about it, because that would make more sense, but this is Colette, she pulls out the pamphlet, and she goes, I got this for you, if you would ever like to read over it, but as far as my personal experiences, well, I was taken in by his order, the temple. Growing up on your own, you don't see a lot of kindness, but these people, they were truly kind. And Lucius, of course, does stand for beauty, and, well, one of the most beautiful things in the world is kindness, I suppose.
So, you grew up on the streets. Were you an orphan?
Well, oh, it's a funny thing. Well, my parents are still alive, but I didn't agree with their ways, so I decided to make it on my own. And well, when you're young, making it on your own isn't quite as glamorous as you think it's going to be.
No, I imagine not. Can't speak from experience, though.
Yes, that's right. You work for your mother.
Yes, I do work for my mother. Terribly boring business, that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It can't be too boring. At least you work with magical items.
Boring, perhaps, is not the correct word. Not interesting to me is maybe a better way of putting it.
Ah, so tedious then.
Yes, I suppose that's one way to put it.
At this point, Colette is gonna flag down some wine. Cause she, Lord knows she needs it,
Mew is going to get her wine and pretend to be a waitress and be like
So,
she's gonna be behind Kyrell though and be like, here's your drinks, madam.
He
and
lives
she
in town. He knows the people that live here.
that's why she's behind him. That is why she is behind him. She slides it over. Maybe he won't. We don't know that. He like slides it over and just like winks at Colette and like prances away as fast as she can back to Copine.
If you weren't gonna do it, I was gonna do it. So
Question. Does
Mhm.
Kyrell notice this? Or does he just think someone dropped it off and walked away?
I guess he. His wisdom score is pretty high. He pretty likely notices this.
No! Thank you,
He kind
ma'am.
of well, I guess roll an
You want me
insight
to-
check.
Oh, okay. Rolling it.
I was like, did you want me to roll like a sneak or something?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter how sneaky you are. You're not in a
You're
place that's
not.
going to be easy to hide. You can't crouch down in the middle of a room and become invisible like in Skyrim.
What will a 17 get me?
He looks visibly confused. Like he doesn't really understand what's going on. Because he doesn't. I mean, I don't think Mew was with them at the magic shop, so
No,
he doesn't
she
even.
wasn't.
He doesn't even know who she is.
He's just like, oh, a tabaxi.
This random cat girl shows up and like puts a glass of wine in front of her, and without saying a single word, just walks off.
No, she did say something. She did.
What'd she say?
Wasn't it like for you or something?
She just said, "Here you go, ma'am," and just
Yeah.
like walked away.
Yes. I almost feel like that's worse.
No.
He certainly thinks that's odd because of as I think you mentioned, Psyche. This is a small village. He knows everybody who works here. At least knows of them.
Oh my god. Colette, as Kyrell looks away, Colette's gonna take like a gulp of it. sip the rest, but like when he looks away, just like, you know. So we got to talking a bit about what interests you, but I have to ask, why are you interested in Lucius's teachings?
Maybe less about his teachings and more about what he represents and what he stands for.
Oh?
I'm sure you know that having been in his temple, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you mentioned that you were from Novendrock and you worked in his temple, correct?
Yes, it's where half of my life was spent.
Well, you've seen depictions of him, no doubt. He's not exactly depicted in the most glamorous of appearances. There's a beauty in his simplicity and beauty in his natural appearance.
Mm-hmm. She drinks her wine.
So, I appreciate him for his commitment to the natural order and appearance of things. People spend far too much time with their trying to make a thing that's already beautiful into something that's gaudy and ostentatious. I don't appreciate the appearances of a great many temples out there that adorn everything with gold and have far too many carvings of people that are very important to the temple and its order, rather than simply recording those things for people for whom such things might be of value. I think that there's a beauty in his simplicity. I don't know if you knew this, but one of his domains is nature.
Oh my god, is he mansplaining my deity? Is he?
This is a Mylene teaching. You probably wouldn't know this.
Yeah, I don't think Colette's ever heard of this aspect of it.
I apologize if it sounds like I'm explaining your own god to you. This is something that's taught here in this country.
I was not aware that there were such variations on our Lord, but it's definitely a fascinating idea that there be simplicity and beauty in a natural state. And I do agree that it would often bother me fiercely seeing very grand displays of extravagance while many of the poor were starving in our city. It seems I still may have some things to learn while over here.
And I have much to learn myself. I don't know much about this god at all. It's just something that I've heard that I thought was interesting. But I've always loved nature, and I've always loved the world that we live in. I feel like we walk a very fine line, and we often encroach too far upon it. But I don't feel like your god would appreciate that too much.
And why is that?
Because he values the natural beauty and order of things. There's a line that I feel like we cross far too often.
Ah, straying from nature, you mean?
Straying from our own natures as well.
Well, you're right. Lucius does stand for his own true nature. Kyrell, why have you not yet gone to the temple in your city here? You said you'd always considered it, but I don't think you've spent a lot of time there.
I guess I don't really know. I've always sought the gods out in the natural world.
Ah, so a temple seems a bit bizarre then, but going into nature perhaps seems more of a way to connect with them. If I'm getting this right.
The gods I care about anyway.
Well, Kyrell, I am honored to provide you with information of Lucius, especially coming from the temple at the city. This pamphlet, however, it has our teachings, but as for what it means to walk in Lucius's light, it does sometimes require, well, discipline, I suppose. Because once you're able to recognize beauty, you can start to see the ugly parts in yourself and in others.
He looks at you and he says, Furrows his eyebrows a bit. It's a very wise thing that you said.
Oh, well, I don't hear that often. But thank you, Kyrell. Would you like to order some food? I'm afraid I've been prattling on quite a bit.
Oh, I apologize. Well, my mother would probably smack me over the head with a piece of parchment if I had been so dismissive of my company. So, Oakley, he hails the barkeep. What are you having? He says to you.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I'm rather new here. What do you enjoy?
I enjoy the meat pies.
Well, then I shall order that.
2 meat pies, please, and some water for me. And Oakley nods his head and gets to work.
I have to step real quick out of character and acknowledge all the degenerates in our Twitch chat. All of you! This is Colette's first date. Stop being nasty. No.
Nasty. All they're saying is to smooch the guy.
Oh my god. This is
But
why we don't have
Mia's
chat
way
on the
worse.
overlay.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my.
You say they're not degenerates, but I see meat pies. More like cream pies. I'm going to set it to emote only. I'm going to...
It's just Osin. You know.
Do you think emo only is wise?
Huh?
Do you think emo only is wise?
That's very valid. That's very valid. But
You
yeah,
probably get lots of lewd faces and maybe even eggplants.
oh God forbid.
Eggplants in the water squirt.
So, Colette is legit smitten because he called her wise. She's pretty high wisdom, but she rarely acts like she does. So she's very into this. Now I have to ask, what is going on while Colette is on this date that's actually going well?
Do you really want to know?
I really want to know. I really, really, really want to know.
Mew and Caldas are trying their best to behave and not start randomly singing and dancing.
Oh, and the more drinks Coldus has, the closer he's getting. Like he can party, and he's looking for an excuse.
Coffeen's just drinking water, pretending she doesn't know these people.
Caldus, would you have brought along your lady, or she's still at the house?
At some point, I think he'd be like, "Oh, with all of the romance in the air, I know what I must do," and then like just leaves abruptly. Just push. And then those shenanigans will happen later. It may or may not include having the Skelly Boys be a mariachi band.
No! You know Corbin would be all for it too. That's not even out of character.
Of course, Corbin would be down for it.
Trying to think of what you guys are. Well, I guess what is Kofine doing?
I'd say she's just kind of drinking water, watching the disaster happen, and pretending she doesn't know Mew and Caldas at the moment.
Okay. Well, okay. So, this is your date, Colette. What are you doing?
Colette's just chatting about their travels while eating dinner. Like the watered down version. Not the, I saw the face of God and we were in a major war, but the light edition. She's probably really enjoying the dinner because it's her first real dinner in a long time.
Right. So, you mentioned I suppose it would be pretty obvious, but you're not from around here. I can tell you don't have the accent. And out of character, it would be something resembling a German accent, but I don't feel like doing that tonight. So we'll worry about that next week, when I have time to practice back in character.
Yes, that
So-
would be a very fair assessment.
Yes. Also, well, you didn't know that little tidbit about your god, so I figured that knowing that and the fact that it's pretty much only taught in this country, seems pretty likely that you aren't from around here. So, what brings you to this country in the first place? Especially such a backwoods, out of the way town. Well, out of the way, perhaps not. It is a traveler's town, but I'm sure you saw the state the town is in right now.
I have a
Not
question.
really many travelers.
Out of character.
Mhm.
How secret is our mission about the queen?
That is totally that's totally your call, I guess. How secretive do you want it to be? I know that the reason that we chose the word Phoenix to describe this is that it's a lot less
It's a lot less
espionage.
secretive. Yeah.
A lot less espionage. Having said that, mentioning outright that you're here to save the queen, perhaps wouldn't be something you'd mention, but you might mention that you may mention that you're here to help the war effort.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a bit of an odd story. I know you must have heard about the war and what we all went through back in Novendrock.
At this point, yes. It's become well known, terrible tragedy and a disgrace to the Advarians for all of that and all of what they're doing here, of course.
It was quite heartbreaking to see. Well, I am part of a very interesting organization, I suppose. Have you heard of the Raymer?
Yes.
Well, I am one of the Raymerin. The ones marked by a god.
Really?
Yes, it's a bit bizarre, really, how that happens, but we've been sent here to help with the war effort.
You don't mind me asking, by whom?
Well, by the church, by the government, by those powerful back in Novendrock. They wish for us to help in any way we can.
You see. Well, I don't have a large horse in this race one way or the other. Although I do find it disgusting how the Advarians have responded to a simple act of declaration, as if whatever you folk did over in Novendrock initially is enough reason to oppress this country that was once independent from them. But I do wish you luck in your journeys. I don't know how long it will take you to accomplish your task, whatever it may be.
Question. When he says oppression, does he mean Colette's government and people?
No, he means
Okay.
the way that the Avarians are behaving.
Okay, good. Okay. Just making sure. Okay. Thank you. It's It's a bit of a daunting task, but we've made it all right so far. I do have to ask, though. This town we're in, it seems like it should be, well, like it was built for livelier things. More bodies.
Yes. Suppose you could say that. Well, we have reached a bit of an impact. We've got something of an issue that's developed recently, and I'm sure that anybody in town could tell you a little bit about that. But I'm here, so the war effort is failing terribly.
What?
Well, I assume that you would have known, having been sent here in the first place. Why else would you come?
Yes, true. But
The war effort. Go ahead.
to what extent is it failing now? I'm afraid we were sidetracked for quite some time.
There are only 3 cities that remain, and the rest are either undefended or have been captured, and that includes our capital. But that is something you're surely aware of, I would have to think.
Yes, we did have whisperings about the capital. But hopefully it won't stay this way forever. I believe that we were marked for a reason, whatever that may be. Hopefully we can do something to help.
Hopefully. But to answer your question about this city, I mean, city is being very generous. Village. We and all other villages and towns that have small defense, or that have a very small force to defend themselves with. The lords of the country recalled all town guardsmen, militia, military, anybody who can fight, and some who couldn't, pleading that we lend effort to the war, aid the war effort. Anyone who can hold a sword. I suppose a few of us were able to get away with not participating, as I am sitting here in front of you, and Oakley over there. But I suppose that, and in this town in particular, and other towns that are far enough away from larger cities, the ones who left wanted to leave for whatever reason. And we were left with that defense. No one to protect our streets except the people who were left behind. And I suppose that would explain the somewhat sorry state of this miserable little village. Once bustling, still growing, but somehow more... I don't know.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's fine. They're off playing their war games, and we all get to, those of us who stay behind, we have to figure out how to manage without them.
Well, as tedious as the shop may be, I am glad that I got to meet you at least.
I'm glad that I got to meet you as well.
At this point, Colette's gonna try and shift the conversation to lighter things. You know, talk about nature, talk about her friends. she's just gonna try and, you know, make it a bit more joyful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look over there, do you see that table with the miscreants drinking and making music and noise and awfully trying hard not to look our way?
See a couple of people, perhaps 3 or so.
Those are my companions.
Well, I'm sure that they are very lucky to be in your company.
Oh, well, thank you. But yes, we're in that house, up the road, given to us by the church. So if you would ever like to talk more about Lucius, or anything really, that is where I'm staying.
Oh yes, I think perhaps I might pay you a visit one afternoon.
Colette, doesn't know what to say. This is all going way better than she expected. Well,
I think you're a very charming young woman, Colette.
Oh, stop it! You're too kind, Kyrell. Oh, it's quite hot in this little tavern. Oh, but it's winter outside. Anyway, I do believe it's getting late. I should go back to my friends.
I'm gonna add that at this point in time, Mew is now standing on the table dancing, playing her lute and singing for everyone.
May or may not be 3 heavily bandaged men with miscellaneous instruments who definitely aren't skeletons.
No!
Everyone in this bar, and at this point it's a pretty quiet night otherwise, is looking at you in absolute befuddlement.
Can I roll performance?
Of course.
I have a dirty 26.
No!
Yes. So, tell me about your performance, I suppose.
So Mew is she's essentially just dancing on the table, playing her lute, not going to sing anything because DMCA, but and she's just singing a song, which is regaling everyone of the tales of their adventures, essentially. But that's her. And then every time Koffein tries to leave, she pushes Koffein back down, but continues dancing and singing. Her goal is to make everyone smile.
Oh my god.
So the phoenixes did fly.
No! I have to ask, how many drinks do you think Colette has had at this point?
How many drinks do you think Colette has had at this point?
How many would Mew have sent her way?
Well, that's not a
Not
question
enough.
for the DM. That's a question for Mew.
Probably 2 very strong drinks.
So, point, Colette, who apparently has had 2 large, strong drinks, is going to stand up and extend her hand to Kyrell, and with a like a smile. Kyrell, would you like to dance?
He's a bit self-conscious, but he says, I suppose I could. I don't know how to dance.
Oh, don't worry. Most people don't even notice. I'll lead the way. And she grabs his hand and pulls him up from the table and leads him over to the dancing tabaxi and the skeleton mariachi band.
I don't know if the skeletons can play music or not, but I should say I don't know if they can play competent music or not. But Mew's doing a very good job. She's very talented in this regard. I don't know what the minimum she could have rolled was, but 26 is pretty good. So even people who are a bit confused and scrunchy faced at the whole affair have lightened up a little bit and have started to enjoy the sounds of the music, even though it's coming from complete strangers.
Colette has rolled a 19 for dexterity, which I'm assuming would be dancing?
It would be performance.
Performance?
Because I mean, dancing is a performance art.
Okay.
But you rolled a 19, just convert that over to charisma.
Ooh, well then it's way better. I think it is.
I guess it would probably be performance, but you're rolling with dexterity instead of charisma, because you're not just because if you really performing really well, you would probably have some degree of control over your over your body. So
one would hope.
So, do you have that? Are you proficient in performance?
I don't think so.
Then it's just a plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
Okay. Then I think
So it's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a
plus 4 would be 23, because my charisma is a plus 4.
Well, ignore charisma. That's just dexterity.
Oh, well then 19.
Yes, so you're fairly competent on the floor. You're doing a good job, and he follows your lead because, like I said, he either doesn't know how to dance or is embarrassed to dance. And he seems to loosen up and follow your lead quite well by the end, or I should say, as the dance progresses. Although, again, he has absolutely no idea what he's doing, or so it would seem.
As the dance ends, Colette will give him a little curtsy and say, "Now, you said you couldn't dance, but you were keeping up pretty well towards the end."
I take after my mother in that I am a fast learner, I guess.
Well, I'm afraid that it's getting quite late, and it appears I have some inebriated friends to guide home.
Yes, I'll leave you to that, but it was quite nice spending the evening with you, and I'm not sure how long you'll be in town, but I wouldn't mind seeing you again.
I wouldn't mind as well. I enjoyed learning things with you tonight, Kyrell. And before everyone leaves, I'm assuming we're all like walking out of the tavern at this point.
Well, probably. I don't know.
But as she heads out, she is going to give Kyrell a little kiss on the cheek.
His pale skin turns a bright red, the color of the wood of the table.
You can
Well,
keep the pamphlet if you like.
I think I will. Thank you.
Good night, Kyrell.
Good night, Colette. And he has a seat and opens up the pamphlet for a bit.
I like imagining that Colette is helping a tipsy Mew back home down the road.
Mew is more than likely hugging Colette and just being like,
I'm so proud of you, but boo, that was boring. I couldn't give a better smooch than that. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It's okay. It's not as hard as it sounds like in the books. It's fine.
Mew, I've only just met him. I'm not going to full on do stuff like Caldis does. Oh, goodness. No offense, Caldis.
Caldis knew what he
he's gone.
wanted.
He left like 2 hours ago.
Caldis knew what he wanted. In fact, he's probably getting what he wants right now.
Mew,
Yeah.
don't say that. You did a very good job performing. I think they all really liked your music.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mew has not let go of Kofine's hand to make sure Kofine doesn't run away.
So she has an arm around Colette and then a hand on Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kippin's just, giving up at this point.
Fair enough. At one point, I can picture Mew just getting like a little too tipsy as they're walking and doing that thing where like two parents stand on either side of the child holding each hand and just kind of like hangs.
Yes. Oh my god. As they're walking down the road towards the house, Colette is going to realize as she starts to slowly, because she wasn't drunk, but she was very tipsy, but as she starts to sober up a bit more, oh, Lucius, I kissed him on the cheek. Oh no, oh goodness. And she just she starts realizing what she's done, as they walk further to the lights ahead, This is fine. This is fine.
Mew, is she always like this?
Yes.
Oh, so what have I gotten myself into?
Well, you got yourself into the Fae, didn't you? I would think that this is a step up from that experience.
Oh, one would hope.
Well, yes.
But yeah, we're making our way back home for the night.
I assume you all have a very relaxing night at home. Let me just say something to Kofine, not privately, but maybe about the night while she was there. So the barkeep at some point, since I assume you were mostly keeping to yourself during most of the night,
Mhm. Well, keeping attached to you, basically.
yes, he notices you're the most sober of the group, and he asks you, well, I don't mean to pry, but what exactly are you folk doing here, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, if I had to assume, we recently walked out of the Fae and ended up here, and apparently these people had a house here that they wanted to see. That's about as far as I'm aware.
So I assume you're somewhat new to this cast, would you say?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I think I overheard a bit of what your friend was saying to the young master, Kyrell, earlier, and I would very much like to hear a little bit about your tale. I am a barkeep, and I deal in information. I don't use it against anybody, but I do want to know exactly what you're planning and seeing if there's anything I can do to be of assistance.
Well, as for what they're planning, I'm not entirely sure. They haven't really divulged much info with me about that. After we met in the Fae, there's apparently a different thing. Something about royalty that needs taken care of.
Well, I'd be very interested to hear about that. If you and your friends wouldn't mind coming back for lunch. No prying ears hanging out around the bar. And I've got a day shift tomorrow, as it turns out. A bit unusual for me. But I'd like to hear. I'd like to see if there's anything I can do to help you out.
I will definitely let them know and drag them here.
All right, I'll let you get back to your merriment.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Mew, stop drooling on me. We're almost to the house. Mew, come on.
One more drink.
Colette's gonna open the door to the house and get everyone in. Covine, could you help me tuck Mew in? She seems a bit... Oh, she's gone limp.
Yes, I'll help. By the way, the barkeep, he wishes to speak to us again tomorrow.
The barkeep?
Yes,
Goodness.
tomorrow during lunch. He might have some info for us. Apparently he overheard your, fun times.
Oh, goodness. Well, I suppose we could at least chat with him tomorrow. All right, I'll tell Coldus in the morning. Personally, I feel like I'm about to pass out.
You look it. But let's get me into bed and then you can go and, well, pass out.
All right, and heave.
Oh, not you.
Oh, thanks, Kofi Cake, you know, thanks. I didn't know who you were being specific about. Now grab that sheet. Mew, stop moving. And with that, I think we all, go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you go to bed and you have a nice sleep. I don't know what any of the rest of you are doing or not, but Colette takes out a copy of Between Two Worlds.
You know,
Very worn copy.
she actually doesn't read it tonight. She usually does. But tonight she just kind of smiles and goes to bed.
Sure. I'm sure that that's what happened.
That is what happened.
But anyway, you awaken to find the snow or I should say the snow has continued to fall, and it is a very chilly 20-degree day. It's not a blizzard, but it is definitely falling steadily, and it looks like there's no end in sight. The sky is very cloudy, and the sun is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, it's so cold. I haven't been in a cold climate like this since I was young. Mew, would you like any help with breakfast? I want all of you to know that Mew is not responding because apparently there is a bee in her office.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's just the idea of our Tabaxi character dealing with an insect flying around her office.
And I enjoy thinking of Mew running away from a bee.
From a freaking bee. Oh my god.
Its armor class is too high. I can't hit it.
What I do with my cats, if there's a bug really high up, sometimes I'll pick them up and I'll help them reach the bug. I imagine Colette would just like try to help up Mew as she bats away. But yeah, Colette's going to spend her morning helping Mew prepare breakfast.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I'm just hitting everything in my
Dude.
office.
Do any of you, the rest of you, have any plans that you would like to attend to?
There is one thing. Given that Coldest wakes up so early, he'd probably head out before anyone else is up, or shortly, but like earlier in the morning. And you said there was a like an apothecary or like a medical supply store, correct?
Yes. Let me look at the name of it real quick. Apothecary is named. I've got so many different. Oh yes, George's Medicine Shop.
Because actually, Teeth, you can tell me this. The specific substance that Coldest enjoys partaking of, would that be like a legal thing that he is able to procure from a medicine establishment, or is that something he'd have to go through some of the some of the proper channels, let's say?
You could, although because I don't suppose that it's heavily regulated, at least not yet. Yes, I suppose you could obtain it.
Very, very like no bones about it. He just goes into the store. Good morning. I'm wondering. Sorry, I'm brain farting. I'm wondering, do you have any any painkillers, specifically the compound known as opium.
Yes, we do. It's a powerful painkiller. We do sell that here, and it is available in small quantities. We try to keep the stuff off the streets, but we understand people have a need for it if they're wise enough with it.
Yes, my allies and I, we are adventurers. We go through plenty of harsh combats, and while a healing potion can be very useful in times of crisis, the more mundane painkillers are a bit they do their job, and it would seem that we have run through our supply. Question: how much would 50 gold pieces be able to get me?
A sizable amount, perhaps more than we have in stock.
Oh. Well, I will. I hate to run you dry, but we do go through this, especially based on the combats we've had of late. You don't mind if I take the whole stock, do you?
I suppose not. You can, if you have a need for it. I don't think that it would be too hard for me to get my hands on some more.
Very well. And here, so he gives the full 50. You can keep the rest as change.
Right. Well, pleasure doing business with you, sir.
But so he takes however big the assortment is, and then goes about like splitting it and hiding various vials in different spots in his bag. Like, yeah. And then whatever he can't fit in his bag, he like wraps up and then finds a location somewhere in the backyard where he can stash it for the time being until he can move it in the evening.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm trying to think about how much you probably were able to procure. I'm going to say that pain medicine is probably not terribly expensive, and it's obtained pretty easily. It's a scruple is about 1/24 of an ounce, so a little bit less than that one. You probably were able to get about 1 pure ounce of the stuff, which is quite a lot.
Yeah. That is what I'm doing.
Okay, what else? Anyone else want to do anything at all?
I think Colette is just like busy happily humming and chatting away to poor Mew while she's cooking. Colette's trying to help, but you know, Mew's really doing most of the work.
Caffeine's just kind of waiting for lunchtime when they have to go meet the barkeep.
When Coldus comes back and sees Colette humming happily, he's like, "Ah, yes, that's a great feeling, isn't it?"
Oh, it most definitely. Sorry, my face hurts a bit from the smiling. It is a good feeling, isn't it? Oh, Mew, I've broken another potato. I didn't know I could break them. Do you have another?
Mew looks over.
It's not broken, but I'll fix. You know, you can focus on telling the regaling story of how you only gave him a cheek kiss.
And then she looks at Caldas like, distract her.
No, yeah. Oh, yes. Kind of pulling her off to like the dining room table. What kind of things did you talk about? How did the boy seem? He seemed a bit uninterested in many things in the shop. Did he open up a bit?
Oh, he most definitely did. I wasn't expecting him to be the one blushing, though. Oh, but yes, he spoke of what he's interested in nature. And did you know that apparently Lucius's teachings here are a bit different than in the main temple? And then she just prattles off about, you know, the intricacies of religious differences under the same umbrella. And she just, you know, it's a very long-winded conversation.
I think we bought Mew more than enough time.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
So what is Mew using this time for?
She's doing a potato scramble with eggs
Ooh.
and some veggies.
Ah, crap, now I'm hungry.
I'm gonna request when we finally meet up, we bring like a potato dish. Like, I can't. Mew, that smells delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Are you eating some of it as you cook?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't blame you. It smells divine. Like, nothing's going to make Colette mad this morning. Literally, nothing is gonna get to her. She won't even care if it's sanitary or not. She's...
Mew hides her little bowl of... Does ice cream exist here?
It's 8 in the morning!
So?
And?
8 in the morning in the middle of winter. Of course it's ice cream time.
She just got, like, snow. She's invented ice cream.
Like, Mew was attempting to make a dessert this morning, like early morning
A
before Colette
breakfast
woke up.
dessert.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And
why
she
not?
may have given some to Colfine.
Uh-huh.
So while she's cooking actual breakfast, she may be eating her own share of the dessert she was trying to make.
Just takes a little bit of cinnamon out of the magic pouch. Like,
Yeah, but she's not. She's like, it's like hiding in front of her, like directly in front of her. So you'd have to like really look for it to see it.
You're lucky Colette went on her date because she doesn't notice anything this morning.
Yeah.
She's just so head in the clouds.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tupacula, thank you so much for that raid. Hello everyone, my name is PsycheSiren. This is our Thursday D&D campaign, which I love with all of my heart. Go check out Tupacula. Thank you for bringing your people over. I can't believe you're eating ice cream.
Silly lady.
Your name is Colette. Well, it's not just me. She gave some to Colfine too.
Oh, so Colette is the only one left out of this breakfast ritual, I see.
Well, because Colette was still sleeping and Colfine probably woke up when Mew had her morning zoomies and
So-
decided that during her zoomies she wanted to try to make a dessert.
So let me get this straight. If you want breakfast ice cream, you have to wake up on time.
Uh-huh. That's what alarms are for.
Yeah.
Or tabaxi cat girls.
they are nature's alarm.
No. But yeah, Colette doesn't notice. She doesn't notice at all that you're eating flavored snow while you cook breakfast.
Good, because she made it while she was having zoomies. It's like one of those times when you can't sleep, so you just start randomly baking. Yeah, that's what happened to Mew this time, because she actually has access to a kitchen.
Your
Oh.
turn.
Oh no, I hadn't realized. Mew does finally have access. Oh.
Yeah. Breakfast ice cream, potatoes, the sounds of skeletons digging out the basement more.
We don't pay attention to the sounds of the skeletons, you know? We just have our little morning routine. We ignore what's going on down below.
Agatha being cute and probably having the like the surrounding animals of the forest like helping spruce things up or something.
Oh, she probably got some breakfast ice cream too.
Oh yeah, probably.
Every girl except Colette get breakfast ice cream. I see how this is.
Coldest probably would have stolen some of Aggie's, so yeah.
I was gonna say, call this stole Colette's share.
No!
He doesn't wake up early enough for it.
Gosh dang it!
And with that, I suppose we will end here. Thank you all for showing up and for participating and making this a fun date day. And
Play episodes are fun.
yes, date episodes are fun.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed off about the ice cream. I feel
Maybe wake
betrayed.
up on time. Stop having dreams about your boy toy.
And with that, we are going to go ahead and end. Thank you so much to everyone.
We can end with Mew handing Colette breakfast ice cream.
Thank you. But yes, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You can check out Kofine, aka Nighty, at twitch.tv/nightout35. You can check out Mew, aka Witty Mitchie, at twitch.tv/Witty Mitchie. And Caldus, aka Grey Gnarl, at twitch.tv/Grey Gnarl. Thank you all so much for being the way you are. Goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, you too.
Good night.
All right, everyone, we are going to go ahead and end our session tonight. Thank you so much for all the raids, all the love. We really appreciate all of you. Oh, my Lanza. And with that, we will return next Thursday with a bit of a longer and more intense session. What does this barkeep wish to discuss? What will happen with Colette and Kyrell? And will we ever realize that Caldus is taking drugs and we should be concerned? Find out next time. And may Lucius guide thee. Farewell.